we are less than a month away for the new gen consoles that is gonna come out. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what we think about PS5, about Xbox, about the overall war that is coming in the next few years.
When we're gonna be pretty open about it. It's gonna be a little structureless. We're pretty much
We're just gonna talk about
sit
it.
here and we're gonna argue. We're gonna argue.
Argue?
Yeah, we're gonna argue heavily.
Why are you gonna argue with me?
Because I need to play because we both have PS4. I need to play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
For Xbox side. So
Okay.
that's gonna and I do disagree with you with some things regarding Xbox. So that's what it's gonna be. But yeah, we're
But
just
Xbox sucks, man. Everybody knows.
okay. So that's it. Xbox sucks.
Yeah,
Wrap
that's
the
my
video.
argument.
All right, the video's done.
Thank you for the video.
Yeah,
Thank you for
alright.
watching.
Peace.
So Xbox really surprised us with the big news buying Bethesda.
Oh
Like, damn, that was a really good move.
We actually recorded a video talking about this beforehand, and the video there was a problem with the recording. Either way, we knew we had to redo it because this definitely changes things and something that we need to talk about when it comes to this conversation.
Yeah, because we always talk about how the war is always gonna go to to Sony side because in the end you can have a better console, more power, better graphic, everything. But in the
Even
end, cheaper. Yeah, it can be cheaper, but in the end, it all comes to the game that you can play on that console.
The games are what matter the most. Is what I said. Like to put an example of the Switch. If the Switch was not the Switch, if the Switch was a home console with shitty graphics, I would buy it because of Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. Simple as that.
My man.
So I don't know. Let's start at the basics. We know that they revealed the prices. We have the PS5 standard, 500, PS5 digital, 400, Xbox Series X standard, 500, Xbox Series S digital is 300.
Yeah, I think that the PS5 was gonna go way more expensive.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, a little, like maybe $50 more. But
Okay.
because of the Xbox price before that, they go down a little.
But you mean maybe it was gonna be like 500 and then 450?
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense because that's usually that. I mean, I've heard people say that's what a disc drive costs, so that's why they lowered it.
And they really wait a long time to review. They just were waiting for the Xbox.
Yeah, pretty much. They were like a week after. So so the Xbox Series S is also has a little bit less power. That's one of the reasons it's cheaper. So it's not just like the digital version is cheaper for Xbox. No, it's also a little bit less powerful than the PS5 digital edition. But this is a pretty big power move that Xbox made, and it's something that I generally think is going to convince some people that are a bit more in between, right?
Yeah.
They don't care that much about
They convinced you for a little while.
They did actually. They did. Before I knew the PS5 price, I was thinking, man, the Series S is looking nice, bro. 300. Like if by chance it wasn't gonna happen, but if by chance PS5 was 600 and 500, bro, I might have done I made a little betrayal, a little switch, but at 400, it's just not worth it to go for the Series S on our side. So yeah, that's definitely a power move that Xbox Series S made. And it's gonna get some people to buy their console, but like we said, it's more about the games.
Yeah, and that's why, like, even though they buy Bethesda and all gamers are thinking about specifically Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, but that's not gonna come out for at least a few years. I think maybe 1-2 years, and that's why I think that in the next few months, PS5 is gonna own the war for this period of time because we have more cool exclusive games like Spider-Man, like Godfall, like Demon Souls, and what does Xbox have now on the release date?
It's specifically for the argument of Bethesda. That's a really good argument because first of all, we are not 100% sure what they're gonna do with Bethesda. If they're gonna make the game exclusives. It'd be the smarter thing to do to be more powerful console in the war, but maybe they want to get their money back and they know they're going to get more money if they put their console available on PlayStation platforms because a lot of people are going to have PlayStation.
But if they did that, if they made the games exclusive for Xbox, they would be really hypocrite because they say that the Phil Spencer, I think that's the name of
the Xbox guy.
the Xbox guy, said that how Sony is killing the gamer experience doing so much exclusive.
Which makes no sense because Xbox still has Halo and Gears, but whatever.
And they have Halo. They did have Halo for the release date, and that was their way to compete against these games of Sony. But
they delayed it. It's gonna be really awful for launch because a lot of people, even though Xbox was available for PC, a lot of people because of price, because of money, they don't have PC. So a lot of people might be like, I'm gonna buy the Series X, Series S, and I'm gonna play Halo at launch. And they're like, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Well, you're gonna play on launch. You have the Xbox Game Pass. That is basically the best feature that I will say that Xbox had, and I wish that Sony will have too. But in the end, if you want to experience a really good, cool new gen experience, you have to wait for one of these new games like a Bow, Halo, Fable that come out that we don't know when it's gonna be.
Yeah. Specifically, going back to because we're getting a little ahead of ourselves there. Going back to the Bethesda thing, because I wanted to make, that's a really good point that you made. Even if by chance, like I don't know what Xbox is gonna do, if they want to be more console, because I feel like they said what they said, the whole exclusives are bad and we want to make our games available on every. They said that because they're losing. Honestly, they've never said that before.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with Bethesda, but even if all their games are exclusives, it is kind of true that this is the worst time, kinda, to buy it because Doom just came out. Doom is published by Bethesda. Deathloop is already a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, but they already said that they're gonna honor that agreement with Sony.
So Xbox is not gonna. Doom just came out, so the next Doom is gonna be a while now. Anything Elder Scrolls is gonna be a while. Next Fallout is probably gonna be a while.
Thing.
So PS5 has a much stronger launch window, and the first year is gonna have Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales, fucking Demon Souls.
We have this year.
Well, yeah, Miles Morales. But the year after the console launches, I mean, like the year starting from when the console launches.
Okay.
So they're gonna have Miles Morales, Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Horizon Zero Dawn. They announced that we don't know if it's true, but they want to release God of War 2 in that month. But we already know.
So you compare like the games, I think I said Ratchet and Clank. You compare like the games that are gonna come out the first year of PS5's life and the first year of Xbox life, and you're just like, because even the cool stuff like Avowed, the one Obsidian is making, we also have no release window on that.
No.
Like the PS5 is so much higher in the games that are coming out, and that's what's gonna drive people to buy it at first. At first, people are gonna, okay, what's coming out? This is coming out. So when the console launches, they're gonna be like, oh, this has all these games coming out, so I'm gonna get a PS5.
And also, if you don't dig any of the title release dates, you also have the new PS Plus library that you can play there. The first God of War, you can play Days Gone.
That's a pretty good addition.
You can play.
That's a respectable
the
addition.
last one of the Uncharted.
Uncharted 4 is that?
Yeah.
I know Last of Us Remastered.
The Last of Us Remastered.
Fallout
Like you
4.
have really cool games that really inspire people to buy the PS4 at first, and now you can play those games for free. Well, but having the subscription of the PS Plus, but you're waiting maybe for a game that's gonna have like Ferrari, like Deadloop, or maybe waiting for Horizon Zero Dawn. But you have all those good games that right now you can play on the PS5.
And it's also it was a really powerful play. Like when we saw it on the PS conference, I was like, that's smart. It's not Game Pass, it's something different, but what the good thing about it is a library, a consistent library of very high quality games. And it's really smart for people who are switching. Imagine you're an Xbox One person and you're tired of missing out on all the exclusives, and you're just like, wow, I can play them all on PS5.
My God, I didn't think about that.
I never got to play these games, now I can play them on PS5. So it's kind of like a landslide. I was supposed to be defending Xbox.
You can't defend Xbox because Xbox sucks, man.
But let me just say this: if Microsoft does put all Bethesda games exclusive, that's a big deal, man. Like Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all time. Fallout is great. I hear Doom is great. They have Obsidian with Avowed. They have a solid library.
Yeah, man, but the thing is, you can play all that on PC.
But we're talking Xbox versus PlayStation.
I
We
know,
can't bring in
but
PC.
that take away the exclusiveness of the game.
That's
like
true.
people who say, okay, I can have a PS5 to play the exclusive of PS5, like Miles Morales, and I can not buy an Xbox and wait a little bit and save for a good PC so I can play then Sony and Xbox games.
And then whatever PC games
Yeah.
that come out. That's true, but there's a couple things I want to mention with that. I think that trend is also becoming just like a standard thing, even for PlayStation. Like you had Horizon and Death Stranding go to PC. Kena Bridge of Spirits is going to PC. Deathloop, I think Deathloop is also coming to PC.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Maybe
sure.
now it is because now it's Microsoft.
No, but I'm pretty sure it was a thing before, if I'm not mistaken. I think PS5 is also getting on this thing of like, we can release it on PC, give us some more money, but we're still not giving into the competition. And another argument is that it's true that people have, it's not like the true exclusive because it's on PC. But I do think there's like a difference in the market. Like PC gamers are PC gamers. There's a lot of people that can't afford it, a really high-end PC, but they can afford a Series S because it's $300.
Yeah, that's right.
So there is a little bit of, for the people that are in that market, there is a little bit of exclusivity because they're like, oh, I can't get a fucking...
Okay, let's forget about the PC thing.
Okay.
The main thing is about right now, like the first year of the release date.
No, that's conceded. When people are looking at what purchase to make and they're looking at about what's coming up, you know, PS5 wins because they have release windows, it's all guaranteed. Xbox has a bunch of games that we don't know if they're going to be exclusive, we don't know if they're going to come out. My argument is that eventually it's possible that Xbox has a pretty good library.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you buy a new gen console because you want to play new gen games.
Yeah.
And even though I can buy I don't want to buy a Sony. I'm just gonna buy the Xbox and play with the X Game Pass.
Right.
But you're just playing all games in the new gen.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about, you know.
Yeah, you might as well keep your Xbox.
Yeah, you want to keep your Xbox and play there.
Well, it is true that Xbox exclusives eventually, when they come out, are gonna come out right away on Game Pass. Let me switch the topic a little bit.
Okay.
Because PlayStation wins on games.
Okay.
Let's switch a little bit topic.
Okay. Check.
Yeah.
Sony wins.
1-0. Let's go to the topic of like consumer, like a general consumer friendliness and convenience.
No, in general, consumer friendly, Xbox wins.
Because that Game Pass is nice.
Yeah.
The fact that you can get this, is it $10 a month? $10 a month subscription, and a new game like Halo is gonna come out, and you can play Halo, and you can finish Halo's campaign in 1 month, and you only paid $10.
Microsoft is gonna go broke, man, after 2 years. I don't know how they're gonna make money from it.
It's Microsoft, man. They have a fucking stranglehold on the PC. Everything has a Windows OS, so
That is true.
that's why they bought Bethesda, man. They got money to blow. They got money to spare. And yeah, when it comes to consumer friendliness, a lot of people have that, but you can also make the argument of, you know, you can get Xbox games on Game Pass, but then how many games is that going to be? You're not going to be able to get, multi-platform, like, I don't know, Resident Evil Remake. You're not going to be able to get that, or any multi-platform game. Only Xbox exclusives, which, you don't know how many of those are going to be.
And that's the thing, like, it is cool, it is user-friendly. We hope that in some future companies come together and do that or whatever. But right now, the thing is that those games that you can play there are not as good as exclusive that Sony has.
That's pretty much it. Like, the only argument I can make is that Xbox has the potential to be a solid competitor. Because if we fast forward 3 years, and they have all these exclusives and maybe 1 or 2 Bethesda exclusives, and you have a console that's $300, one of them, and you can play a bunch of these games on Xbox Game Pass, and you have Xbox Game Pass, then that's competition right there. And I think competition is good because it drives, PS5, like it motivates them. We're like, we gotta stay competitive. We gotta, lower prices.
And Sony has really responded to do that with the price and now with the PS Plus library collection. And maybe someday, if they see that this Game Pass really are taking away a lot of customers from them, they will also make one of exclusive from PS5.
Competition is a great thing. Honestly.
Yeah,
We've already seen some changes
for us,
for other consumers.
Yeah, it is.
Halo Uncharted! Backwards compatibility! Superior Japanese engineering!
And when it comes to the games, that's pretty much like a competition that Sony has. That's what's been their staple, and that's something that they're always going to do, and they're always going to be strong in, because that's their thing. They're like, we have the best games, and that's why you want to come to our platform.
And that's the thing that I don't like. I always will see Sony outwitting Xbox with something. Like they can come up with something to get ahead with this war, but they're just gonna think about something to win on a strategy, a market.
Right, because
I
see your argument, because as long as they have stronger games, they can still just do more marketing tactics.
Yeah, they will go
Xbox.
step ahead from them.
I guess what really is going to make Xbox have the potential to match is to have all these consumer-friendly things that maybe, because PlayStation maybe doesn't want to do some of these things. We've already seen kind of them stepping into them being really assured of what they want to do and not being so consumer-friendly with some things. So if PlayStation is not willing to do that, and they have the confidence of, oh, we're the best console people are going to play here, and then Xbox comes in with good exclusive in the midway of the console's lifespan, that's when they can get a little spicy.
Yeah, I mean, and always there's gonna be people that prefer playing
fanboys.
Xbox fanboys. But in the end, if you think about things, not as a fan of Sony, not as a fan of Xbox, if you put all the things in a balance, right now Sony really
and the reason is because the games have the most.
Yeah, it's just about the game. It's all about the games.
Can I just make a little? We pretty much kind of fit like
you suck well as a lawyer from
I gotta keep it truthful. So, let me just add, we kind of like honestly kind of finished in the sense of like the games have the most weight. But let me just add a little bit of sprinkle towards Xbox. Backwards compatibility. Again, it's what you said. People get new consoles to play new games, but it is nice. It's a nice little wonderful thing that Xbox is winning in backwards compatibility.
Do you want to play PS3 games on your PS5?
Let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this.
Go.
Okay, so PS5 you can play pretty much all PS4 games, like some. Like
you can play 99% of the games, just like. You can't play 10 that I don't know even the names.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why you can, but it's some bullshit. It doesn't matter. So you can pretty much play them all. Xbox you can play Xbox Series, you can play all the Xbox One games. You can also play a huge library of Xbox 360 games, and you can even
play
games. Xbox 360 games?
Okay.
You're wildin', bro. That's Halo.
Yeah, okay. I've been too hated. I'm sorry.
And you can even play like 40 original Xbox games. That, whatever you want to say about the quality of them, that's kind of crazy. The fact that you can, the fucking 2001 console, if by any chance you had a disc, you can hop it in and be, oh man, I want to see what this is like. And you can hop it in and you can play it.
Dude,
and
but why are they spending so much time working on that instead of working on new cool games?
They are, man. They just suck at it. But it's two different things.
I think
they're trying their hardest to make cool games. They're just, they're not the best. Remember Scalebound?
Scalebound? Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
That game.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, shut up. Listen.
Okay.
Because, you can say that, but it's still a positive thing. It's a positive thing that they're doing that.
But this, I don't know. It seems like it's their priority. They're just always talking about, oh, well, you can play this game on this new console.
Well, that's what it is. They know that they're losing on games, so they're trying to win on anything. They're trying to win on everything else. They're trying to win on consumer friendliness, backwards compatibility, price. Another thing that they're doing, by the way, that is really cool. You can apparently, according to what I've read, you can use your new Xbox Series controller to play. Listen, stop laughing. Stop laughing. Bro. You can't fuck with me on this. This is a good thing.
Okay.
You can play your Series S controller. What I'm about to say is not that good. You can play your Series S controller on Xbox One. Okay. That's kind of whatever. But it's a good thing that you can play your Xbox One controller on Series S. That is a good thing. You don't have to shell out $70.
It is a good thing.
You don't have to shell out $70 on a new. If you have like 4 Like if you have 4 DualShocks of the PlayStation 4,
Uh-huh.
they're fucking useless now. Like you can't play them, you can't play with your friends you have now. If it's Xbox, then you can use them and play multiplayer games with your friends.
But in the end, it's all about the game.
Bro, but if you have like, what if you play NBA, you play FIFA, you're like, man, I don't have to buy. These are little, I mean, I get the games are more important, but these are little things that can add up though.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Sony doesn't need to do that.
That's true, that's why they don't. That's why they don't, because they know they don't need to.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Sony needs to catch up, because what I said, if Xbox gets good on the exclusive midway through the life cycle, Sony's gotta, you know, they can't be like, oh, we got this, man, because Xbox with Bethesda.
If they do that, then they would do that. They would do that little thing that Xbox does to just win, and they would do it because they can do it.
I don't know. I don't think it's that simple.
I think it's so simple.
No, because PlayStation has kind of been. I think PlayStation has kind of had this air about them, like this exclusive, you know, this is how it is. We have the generational approach. I don't think they're going to be so nonchalant as to change it like that. I think they're still going to have the same strategy that they do. And if Xbox can match it with the exclusiveness, and they still have the better consumer friendliness. Also, Microsoft has more money to lose than Sony.
That is true.
So I'm just saying, like, if Xbox can match with the exclusives, then I think it can be a 50-50 war when they're both just as good.
Because it's everything about the games.
Exactly. So I guess it's all. So I guess this whole video winds up to is if they make Bethesda games exclusive, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
the
video.
chance to be not winning, but have like a 50-50 chance of winning it.
Because that really is something that can like drive me to the other side. Because you know how much
Yeah, I know.
Elder Scrolls, and they have a lot of quality games that I haven't played, like Doom and whatnot. Like that's like the biggest dig play they can do is Elder Scrolls, one of the biggest games ever.
Yeah.
That's always been known for being multi-platform. We're gonna make it exclusive, and people would probably be mad about that. I mean, I don't know if they would.
But you know the guy, I don't know his name, the developer,
Howard?
Yeah, you know how he likes to brings the game to their platform.
Yeah,
He'd be really sad if they do
He
that.
would. He would. What? I can't put it on
the Switch.
On the Switch or whatever else. That's true. So okay, who wins? Who? Okay, no, not who wins. Here's the better question.
Okay.
In 2027.
In 2027.
When the console's lifespan is pretty much over.
Why 7?
I think that's how long it's gonna last.
Okay.
Before PlayStation 6, I guess, I don't know. In 2027, who's at the end of the day, when the console's lifespan is pretty much done, what are we gonna say? We're gonna say this console won this war. Who do you think is gonna be?
Sony.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Sony too.
Dude, you are what the fuck, man?
I told you, it's devil's advocate. I'm the devil. No, I'm his advocate. So Xbox is the devil. No, wait, I don't mean that. The point is, I'm making an argument and because if it was up to you, you just shit on Xbox.
Yeah, because Xbox sucks, man.
Okay, so there you go. That's why I had to come in and put the other side for the Xbox fan base.
Well, guys, thank you for watching. Let us know your comments and your thoughts in the comments below, and see you next time.
Peace.